Creations, and this is day one. Oops, should turn that off. Of Witchathon, and of course I am sick. Right now it's just a sore throat, and I'm hoping that goes away really soon. But being sick in bed is like the perfect formula for reading, at least for me. I have not started reading my Witchathon books yet because I'm still reading this, but I'm almost done. Less than 100 pages left, so I'll probably finish that today and get right started into the Hounds of Baskerville. The Hounds of Baskerville by author Conan Doyle, Sherlock Holmes story. So yeah, I'll be back for that. Bye. The Hounds of Baskerville, a really well-known Sherlock Holmes story for being kind of thriller-ish, the mystery, and a little bit paranormal. And it starts off kind of establishing the relationship between Sherlock and Watson that we generally know of. Watson feeling a little bit proud of himself for making Sherlock proud of him with his deductions, or so he thinks, and then Sherlock being his usual bit of an asshole self, turning things around, telling Watson he's pretty much wrong, and it's just amusing to me, which is reminding me why I do like most things Sherlock Holmes related. The great one-liner that Sherlock says is basically like, I wasn't, congratulating you or proud of you because of your deductions, but because your incorrect deductions basically spurred my brain to come up with the correct ones. And so just basically shutting Watson down in his totally thoughtless, irreverent way, which I find hilarious always. Might be one of the Hounds of Baskerville, maybe. I don't know. These are cool. Oh, I have to get this. Of course, batteries are not included. And the technical detail. 12 different light up lunar phases. Cool. What's this? Projector dome. Oh, it only has the moon. started. Lioness, baby. Got my big read for Witchathon. Those look cool. Good night, cool. Hello, and we are on day 4 of Witchathon, and I still don't have half my books. I haven't completed any of the books that I do have. What I'm realizing is, well, one, I forgot to say this in my to be read video, but my birthday is November 1st. So, Halloween, Samhain, Colin that evening, that day has a special kind of importance to me. And because I know some call it like the witch's new year, and for me it's kind of literal in that sense. But yeah, so this time of year, the bus, really. This time of year takes on a little bit more importance for me than probably the average person. That being said, I kind of made these half-ass plans for what I was going to do, just to celebrate or ring in the season. And I wanted to watch a lot of movies and TV shows, and I have a whole list in my bullet journal. And I'm realizing that I either have time to read or time to watch. And if I'm watching, I'm not reading. And it's not helping that I didn't have all of the books that I wanted. I'm a little bit concerned about The Girl Who Drank the Moon, because that, from what I could tell, is literally in my local library. All they have to do is like tell me I can come get it. But it's been 4 days, or it's been a week, and nothing. So I don't know. It is in the children's book section, and having been an adult now longer than I've been a child, and not having any kids of my own, I don't know how that works. Like, how do you go and take out as an adult kids books? Somebody, guess I'll find out. So anyway, Sherlock Holmes, the Hounds of Baskerville. Weird sound. I was finally like really getting into the meat of that, and I know the story, like the general gist of it. I think I read a synopsis somewhere at some point, but in addition to that, well, there's these weird noises. Anyway, I am a fan of the Sherlock BBC TV show, Benedict Cumberbatch, and there was an episode based on that. And so now I'm like, oh, I want to watch that episode. There was some really funny, hilarious parts. Just because of where Sherlock was in his life at that point, it was amusing. And so I'm definitely gonna finish The Hounds of Baskerville, because now I'm just like, I want to finish reading it so I can watch the episode, which is an hour and a half long. Today I started Faces of Your Soul, because I do want to get to the spirit guide section at least before the 31st. because like I said, I do want to read, I do want to create mask and work with my spirit guides as part of my personal ritual for this time of year. And I like the forward. I like the first chapter or so. I have an ebook of that I borrowed from the library, so that's all good so far. I don't think I'm gonna finish that. I did not look at how many pages it was before I started, but I was not expecting 728, not including glossaries, bibliographies, herbal charts at the end. So, wow. Wow. Not including the forward and all those things before page 1. 728 pages is not going to happen for a nonfiction, spiritual focused book. For me, anyway. Maybe for somebody else, but not for me. This is one to study and take my time on and think deep thoughts about. Or, I don't know. Maybe. We'll see how it goes. But definitely not going to finish that during the Witchathon. But I want to get to the Spirit Guide section, which I think is section 3 or 4. Excuse me. The dry heat is messing with my throat and nose. So, there's that. Well, today, I went to Barnes and Nobles, and I got this, my one kind of guilty pleasure read for this challenge, Shadow of Night. And, gosh, the lighting here is not doing this cover justice, and it's a soft cover. So, who's that guy on the... Is this supposed to be them? Then? I don't know. I will figure it out. So, Diana and Matthew, Witch and the Vampire. I am gung-ho. I'm really glad I picked this. I'm gonna finish this. I'm realizing while reading Sherlock today that lately, in the last year or so, I've been doing like reading multiple books at once, which is not something that was my habit in the past. I can do audiobooks. My mind wanders and the audio keeps going, and then figuring out where my mind started to wander in the audio is hard. So I don't do audiobooks. I wish I could, even during cleaning or something. It just doesn't work out. But sometimes I just need a break from author Conan Doyle's prose, because it's not how the modern American speaks. I can easily understand it, but every once in a while it's just like, oh my god. Or maybe it's just Sherlock, the character. He's a bit much at times, and sometimes I'm finding myself, I need a break, and I will look for something else to read, and what are you doing? You can't read other things during Witchathon. You have no time. And then that's when I'll go to my to-be-watched list on Netflix and watch another episode of The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, or American Horror Story, Coven, or tonight it was the Never-Ending Story. So, yeah, I picked up Faces of Your Soul, got into that, and then it was getting kind of late, so I was getting kind of tired. I'm going to go to bed now, but I'm going to curl up with Shadow of Night. and I do my best like fiction reading on the way to sleep. And so that should get me going, and I hope like reading multiple books at the same time. They have different focuses, different styles of writing. Should help me. So when my mind wanders off of one or I can't focus on one, I can move to another for a different feeling. Shadow of Night is definitely gonna give me those warm, cozy, I'm reading a book and feeling comfortable feelings. Lastly, with regards to the future, I might show you guys my mask making for the spirit guides in this vlog, recap, wrap up, whatever this is. So here's some feathers I bought from Michael's. More explanation on those later. And because of course I need more, I got candles. I do need more tea lights. These go very quickly. But yeah, so candlelight reading coming soon. And yeah, it is midnight, I think, right now. Let me check. Excuse my fingers. Oh, I can't check that while I'm... No. Yep, it is midnight. I've been up since 6:30 this morning. I'm going to sleep now, curled up with Shadow of Night. Bye, guys. Took too long to get to the laundromat today. I really should have just gone yesterday while it was raining. No one was there. Oh well. Come back later then. Hey guys, it's Lachette. This is update for Witchathon. This is day 5. It's October 29th, Sunday, October 29th. So yeah, day 5, early in the morning. I was going to go do laundry, as you saw, and I took too long. Well, first of all, I should have gone yesterday. It was raining yesterday, but I know like less people would have been out, but I didn't. I got sucked into watching several episodes of the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, and then season 2 of the evolution of hip hop on Netflix. So yeah, season 1 was very good, and being from the Bronx, the birthplace of hip hop, it was great to watch. Season 2 gave me more details about rappers and how rap came up in locations I wasn't really too aware of. Like, I knew of the artist, but I didn't know they were from where they were from. So like 2 Live Crew in Miami, and then UGK in Houston, and then Too Short, and like MC Hammer, and of course Tupac in Oakland, which I wasn't aware they were from. Or Tupac's not from Oakland, but that's where he claims ownership of. I don't know how to put it properly. Anyway, so I got caught up in all of that. I didn't read a lot, but I did go to the store. I did show you that I bought, which was the plan, Shadow of Night. So now I have that, and I can get started. That's my warm and cuddly read. I haven't started yet, but I did make a significant dent into the Hounds of Baskerville, and I'm about halfway through that, and I hope to finish that today. We're getting into the nitty-gritty of things. Watson is now in the Baskerville Hall. This Sherlock Holmes story is one of the few where we see Sherlock travel outside of London, so it's kind of interesting. They're in Devon, the county of Devon or Devonshire, and the moorland, outside of the city, the urban landscape. So it's interesting, and this one goes in depth. This is in case you care at all. In the complete works of Sherlock Holmes, it's in volume 2, and it's the first novel length story in volume 2, because some of the stories are short stories which were, I believe, printed in a newspaper or magazine type thing, and then all later collected into these 2 volumes. But there's a couple of novel length ones, and The Hounds of Baskerville is one. And yeah, so about up to page 57, chapter 7, there's roughly 13 chapters, I think, off the top of my head. It's an ebook that I've been working my way through for years now. I started reading in 2014. Anyway, so that's good. I should finish that today. I started The Faces of Your Soul, and I'm already just feeling super spiritual reading it. I connect on so many levels with so many things stated. And I am probably not going to finish that all together, complete with the forwards and indexes and everything. It's 801 pages. Not going to happen during this challenge, but I do want to get through to the spirit guide section. As I said before, I might share my created mask or artwork or face painting, whatever I decide to do. I really do want to embody the spirit guides, the animal spirit guides that I have. So I got this. And then I went to Michael's yesterday and got the feathers I showed you guys. I really should have waited and got probably the makeup kit from Michael's. It seems more professional and basically the same price. But yeah, it is what it is. So I was gonna go do laundry and come back. The way the laundry goes, it takes about 10 minutes, maybe more 5 or 10 minutes before it starts it starts the wash portion of things. So, there's a pre-wash, and then you have to wait to put the soap in for the wash. And I usually read during that time period. I was going to read while in the laundry mat, come back, read while it finishes washing, go switch to dry, and then read while it's drying. Drying, I usually put for about half an hour. That's not going to happen. Throwing off my whole schedule because it's super crowded. All the washing machines are taking crowded, and everybody seems to have just started their wash, so I'll go later. I don't know why I'm just stuffy. Oh yeah, my humidifier is not on. So what I'm going to do really quickly, I thought about doing this in the park, but I don't want to carry this and the other book. So I'm going to take my planner, because it's Sunday. I set up for my next week. I'm going to set up that really quick because it's not a lot. And I'll show you that, and then I'm going to go to the park. We'll go to the park, we'll read, because it's warm enough that I can read without gloves, and I will do that. And then come back and attempt to wash my clothes again. Bye. Okay, guys, I am back. I'm adjusting this because I'm so used to having more space on this desk. My desk actually does not have that much space, so that's this If you watch my Plan With Me videos, you'll recognize this. This scale thing is a new one I got from weighing my packages. And then I have this, my oil warmer, my clear ruler. It's just nice and light to have around. And let's go for weekly spread setup. I sort of have my November calendar drawn out. I gotta fill it in. And wait. Okay, I did leave space. So this is where my weekly spread will go. Let's do this. So it's a little crazy, but here we are. I don't know if you can read that, but Concrete Plant Park. This is one entrance anyway. I'm walking on the bike side. This is where I've come to read for a bit today. The leaves and trees are changing colors in the season kind of late. Like, it's almost November. Definitely upstate fall foliage has been stronger. But yeah, those structures in the center and the far are why this park is called Concrete Plant Park. I guess those were the structures holding the concrete, mixing it, mostly holding it. I have no idea when. My entire life, those things were there, not in use. So, here we go. You can see there's a foodway herbal garden thing here. Created by locals. It's very pretty. It's very nice. So this is one option for book reading today. Uh, these are concrete though. And then I can sit on a boulder over there, or I can sit along the greenway. And then there's like tables and chairs. But I think this will be my spot for today, right here. Because I can. Let's see how comfortable it is. Put my water down. Make sure this paint is dry. Awesome. Let's give it a whirl. Ooh. It's my view, my spot. I like this. I'm going with this. So I'm here in Concrete Plant Park, reading Shadow of Night, and even though it's been a while since I've read Discovery of Witches, hold on, I need to put my bookmark in here. It got windy all of a sudden. So yeah, even though it's been a while since I read Discovery of Witches, like I'm picking up and remembering stuff. I am still like in the first chapter, I think, and I'm happy for Diane. Like she got to meet the School of Night members, and that's who she's been studying all these years. So that's kind of cool, and definitely feeling her with Matthew being so blasé about it. Like, it's no big deal. I kind of want to kick him too. I'm irritated with myself, so it's a little bit cold, just slightly chilly, and I made tea to bring with me. I put it in the travel mug, it was sitting on my stove, and I forgot it, and I brought this bottle of water. So the tea was supposed to sort of help keep my core warm by drinking, but also my hands while holding it. But I don't have it. I made it all the way here before I realized I forgot it. That means I probably won't sit here as long as I would have otherwise. But there's always another day. I really like this bench thing that we have going on. Like, that's the one next to me. These are comfortable. It's comfortable. It's not too cold yet where, like, my ass is freezing. So, yeah, that's it.